Hi there, today I'm going to be reacting to Let's Start Here by Lil Yachty. It is a little bit ridiculous that I haven't heard this album yet. I have heard some talk about it, so I am slightly aware of what I'm in for, but I figured I had to check it out, and I have been getting some comments about it, so I thought I'd make a video even though I am very late to the party. As always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the video. Feel free to follow me on social media, and this whole album reaction will be up uncut on Patreon if you're interested in supporting the channel. Also, by the way, before we get into it, feel free to suggest other albums for me to check out on this channel. I have been feeling a little bit stuck lately because I've already heard most of the suggestions that I usually get, and I'm not really sure what people want to see, so I do really appreciate the suggestions even if I can't do most of them, so keep them coming. Alright, let's start off with track number 1, which is The Black Seminole. Seminole?
Sex symbol, the black seminole. A sex symbol, the black seminole. What's wrong? What's wrong, Mr. Man? Your eyes are low, and you're walking with both hands on your head. His response, he's on a clean high.
I'm processing.
The black seminole, head general. Distant connections, a large interval. This part I've seen in my dreams.
It's so strange hearing vocals this auto-tuned over an instrumental like this. It really threw me off at first, but I feel like I like it. I feel like I'm getting abducted by aliens right now. I'm so glad I waited to react to this at night. I was gonna do it earlier today, but I feel like I made the right decision.
Now.
That was a pretty crazy opener. Sounds so good. and I feel like there's so much to say and I don't know where to start. First of all, loved that guitar solo in the middle. There was something about it that like really reminded me of the music that I grew up around, so it really hit that like nostalgic chord in me, and it just gave me that like gut feeling. I loved the vocals from the guest vocalist at the end there. I thought that those were really, really beautiful. It's Diana Gordon. I don't know if I know who that is. But her voice sounded great. It's so weird to find a song this good from an artist that I had never really given the time of day before, which is great. I think that that's really cool. I loved how the song evolved as it went on. It has a really, really cool atmosphere. It feels super like spacey and relaxing. It kept me really engaged the whole time, which is impressive because it's a long song. The auto-tune vocals kind of threw me off in the beginning because it's weird to hear vocals that sound that modern over an instrumental that sounds that nostalgic, but it really grew on me as it went on, and I think that it's like a really interesting twist on things. It's just a really fucking great song. So if the whole thing is like this, I feel like I'm already sold. I think that's all. Let's move on to The Ride.
That doesn't work, it's unemployed. Now I'm annoyed. All of the things I once enjoyed doesn't bring joy. It just bring noise. 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 Don't ask no questions on the ride. Making eye contact is suicide.
That one was definitely a little bit more conventional and a little bit more poppy, but it was still really good. It was really enjoyable, really fun. I feel like the chorus of this is definitely going to be an earworm. I can see this being stuck in my head for sure. I thought that the song sounded like really bright and pretty with the way that those synths were kind of twinkling. I was kind of thrown off by the like falsetto vocal delivery, but again, the vocals are growing on me as we go on. I knew that this album was going to be good, or was supposed to be good based on what I heard, but I'm having a really good time so far and I am still impressed. Yeah, another great track. Let's move on to Running Out of Time. Okay. Funky. That bass. Okay. I love the instrumental in this one. also loved that one. That was so groovy, so funky. I loved that bass line. I feel like this album might be a little bit more catchy and accessible than I was expecting based on the first track, but that's fine. I have no issue with that. It's also like definitely more like laid back and chill than I was expecting. This one sounds like really fun and really playful, like it's not taking itself too seriously. Let's move on to the next track, which is Pretty.
Let's go to Sunset City, go to Sunset City. Walk up on the right side, I feel so pretty. Warm you up when it's cold, you call me bestie. Don't test me, I'm too sexy. So I do what I see. Jeepers creepers, swear these niggas so spooky. So I die for this pussy, R.I.P. Then I lie that they put me right to sleep.
You've always been my favorite. You've always told me to enjoy my seconds in earth with tea. The most important moments in life aren't when you're born and when you die, but when you met me, when we became us.
So that was probably my least favorite of the tracks so far. I don't know why I said probably. It's definitely my least favorite of the tracks so far. I could see it growing on me. Also, the first 3 tracks were fantastic and this one's fine. I don't have any huge issues with it, so it's fine that I don't love it as much. I think it's fun. It just didn't fully click with me. I do still think it has like a weird charm to it though, so I don't know. I don't mind it. It's fine. All right. Getting into Failure.
I've seen, I've seen Failure a few times. More recently than before, actually. You know, it's quite interesting how much more complicated things get when you become quote-unquote rich and famous. It's not that I don't think anyone cares, but I think like it's up to me to fix or deal with them, you know? I kind of look at everything like, well, no matter what, I mean, it could be worse, you know? Like, okay, say if I lost a finger, I'll be like, well, I still have 9. But failure, oh man, failure, that took time to understand. You know, like failure doesn't mean defeat, but more so like, try again. Should try even harder. Revise your steps and rewrite your future. You know, you never know how close you are to success.
I'm also noticing a lot of these songs transition into each other, but that was a nice spoken word section. I like the message of it. I find it really interesting to hear famous people talk about fame. I feel like I've mentioned this before on this channel. It's just something so unrelatable to me that it's like, I don't know, it's fun to hear about. I like the instrumental. I felt like the vibe of it really fit the words. It also kind of felt like a nice little break, kind of letting me process the music that I've heard so far. So I actually think that this is a really nice addition to the album. I would obviously never really return to it on its own, but if I'm listening to the album all the way through, I think it's good. Next up is The Zone.
I'm so far gone. in sunshine.
I might change my mind about this because this one seems like it would be a little bit less immediate than the others, but I'm not sure how I feel about this one. It feels a little bit more phoned in than the others. Like it kind of sounds like the people making it were a little bit more bored with this one. It just feels kind of underwhelming. I did think that the outro was really pretty. Yeah, I don't know, that one just didn't really click for me. I don't know why. I felt like I was waiting for something to happen and it just never really happened. One thing I will say as a positive for this album, I do really appreciate how there are a lot of guest verses. As much as I don't really love this song in particular, it does really feel like a lot of love was put into this album by a lot of different people, which I really appreciate. Like even though it's basically the opposite of what I said about this song, it does feel like a lot of passion went into this, which I think definitely comes through. I can definitely feel it. The next track is We Saw the Sun. But this is a long one. Okay. I'm ready to be taken away. I'm back into it now. One thing I am noticing about these songs is that the lyrics are kind of abstract or like non-specific, which I feel like really enhances the vibe. It might just be that I'm like slightly intoxicated though. Or maybe I'm just stupid, I don't know. I feel like I'm spacing out to this one. Bob Ross.
Just let your imagination run wild.
Saw
Let
that
your
name
heart
and I
be
was
your
like, wait a
guide.
minute.
In the time you sit around worrying about it and trying to plan a painting, you could have completed a painting already. Let it happen. Let it happen. And I would spend sometimes weeks. And here, we let it happen. It comes right out of here. It's in you. And you put it on the canvas. Okay? Let's see.
Oh my god, the transitions. Okay. That's an unfortunate part about making reaction videos, is that I can't really appreciate the transitions on albums like I could if I just listened to it. Love the Bob Ross sample at the end. Very fun sample. That one is one of my favorites for sure. I felt like I had kind of a hard time like really getting into the last couple of tracks, so I'm glad I found one that I could really get lost in. Kind of felt like I was just like floating through space. It feels really like big and epic, but also like really relaxing and low-key at the same time. Very, 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 very good track. And like I was mentioning, a lot of these lyrics are kind of just like not hard to read into, or even that hard to figure out, but they just feel very like loose and abstract, and I feel like that's kind of helping me get immersed in this album. It's not like crazy songwriting or anything, but I feel like it is really enhancing the vibe. Next track is Drive Me Crazy.
Imagine life without me is so waste time. You want the kind of love that can make a child do just anybody. You are always mine, and still you see
So groovy.
always gonna be mine. Wanna be where you are, I just can't walk away. You drive me crazy. I lose it.
Oh my god.
Wanna be where you are, I just can't
This song feels like it was made for me.
You bring life to the party.
Oh my god, I love this one. This is so up my alley though. I'm definitely biased, but this is fantastic.
It's a late night, you know I'm trying.
I love
I
disco.
cannot picture when you brought. I'm mistaken, thinking you were taking, knowing that you were always mine. Rarely ever missing, talk is cheap and time is ticking. Rarely ever tricking, catch me slipping, that pussy was leaking. All my missions, paying millions, I'm Ted DiBiase. When my cousins crippin', always gripping, shit get dangerous. Always keep it playable, swallow hoes, I'm never tripping. I love my mother, my sister, my daughter. All these hoes get slaughtered, can't mind, pray tell the father.
I need to figure out who this guest vocalist is. I don't necessarily think that that's like the greatest song on the album, but it's definitely one of my favorites because it's catered specifically to my tastes. Yeah, so groovy, so fun. I think it's a really cool blend of genres with that verse at the end. I think it's a really cool combination of music that feels so nostalgic and music that feels kind of modern. I love Diana Gordon's voice. Still don't know who she is, but her voice is absolutely gorgeous. One thing I will say about this album is also that this album obviously flows very, very, very well, but also each song feels really individual and unique. I find a lot of times when I do these videos, the songs kind of blend into each other, and I have a hard time at the end of the video when I look at the track list being like, I don't know which songs I preferred because I can't really remember which is which. I actually feel like I'm having a really easy time distinguishing between songs on this album, which is crazy because it does flow so well and it all feels so cohesive. All right, let's get into I've Officially Lost Vision. Ooh. I don't like the way that feels, but like in a cool way. This is going in a direction I wasn't really expecting. Oh.
I did way too much drugs, I've been swirling and spinning. I did way too much drugs, I've been swirling and spinning. Shoot the fireplace wall, I'm almost home. I've officially lost vision. Decisions with the chrome in my hand. I've been tempted to go clone my seed. Head spinning like a modern home center band. I just balled up my fist, I cannot feel. I think I did one too much, many pills. I've officially lost vision.
Doing all you can, trying to keep your hold. But I'll be gone before you wake. Old memories, and they start to fade. You always get a prayer from me back home. Always give love, even when you're dead wrong. These bitches get low, I can go low. I'm here just breathing.
Yeah, you can feel that coming.
I've officially lost vision. I've been sent to a mental prison. I've been forced to make some terribly bad decisions. All these questions in my head, I need a decision. I can see the sky fall.
God damn, I love that one. That song is kind of wild. It's definitely heavier than I was expecting this album to get. I love those moments where it really just exploded. It felt like such a satisfying release, and especially in that last verse there, it felt like there was a lot of passion. It definitely felt very cathartic. It's definitely one of the stranger songs on the album, but I like it for that reason. All right. Yeah, that one was crazy, but I really love that one. One of my favorites. Next up is Say Something.
It's on. Lately you've been like the bullet stuffed inside my gun. The restaurant's about to close, conversation carries on. We can live a dream like water. Got me feeling like a teen again. Spinning like
Alright, now it's an 80s pop song. Got it.
So how you scoop that?
I tell you, docs. I told the bitch, baby, I lie for you, baby. I die for you, baby. Baby, I paint the sky for you, baby. Just like that, brother.
That one was nice and enjoyable, but it didn't blow me away. It just feels a little bit underwhelming after the last song, and I get that that's probably hard to follow up, so I'm not surprised that I feel this way. I don't know. It just feels a lot less interesting. So I found my mind wandering during that. I was thinking about something that I'm stressed about, and anytime my mind starts wandering during one of these videos, it's not a great sign. So didn't love that one. No huge complaints, but it just didn't really work for me. All right. That last section of the song was strange too. I don't really know how I feel about that, how it went all like 80s synth pop. It was interesting. Next up is Paint the Sky.
So surreal. The vibes I feel. It must go on. Feeling, falling, crawling. I'm stalling for your love. You got me drinking, smoking. I might overdose on your love. Am I not the one? Am I not the one? Not the one for you. You can't
There's something about this song that reminds me of like the sad scene in a really cheesy rom-com. I don't know why. It's all I can picture right now.
You got me drinking, smoking. I might overdose on your love. Feeling, falling, crawling. I'm stalling for your love. Overdose on your love.
So that's another one that I'm not crazy about. It just doesn't feel as impactful as a lot of the others. It's not bad, but it just didn't really hit me. I don't even know what exactly about it didn't work for me, but it just felt a little bit fillery. Which, I mean, this album is long enough, it doesn't really need filler. I don't know, it's fine. It's fine. Moving on to Should I Be? We're back into it now. Oh, I just realized that transitioned. I didn't even realize. Holy shit. I'm definitely back into it. I feel like that track brought so much more energy and just felt so much more purposeful than the last couple. It felt like a lot more passionate. I really enjoyed the instrumental. I felt like that hit a lot harder. It was a pretty short track, but I like that it didn't overstay its welcome. I thought it was great. All right, next up is The Alchemist.
No need to brag, but I knew that I was built for this. I know now that most men would kill for this. Seamlessly, I walk around infamous. Probably cause I am the alchemist. Learn to love, I'm not like the Tin Man. Sucker.
Feels good. Don't mean no harm. This force is in it goes. My taxes ain't no time.
Okay. I already love this song.
Bitch, we go super crazy for the back end. He know now that I give a backhand. Back out on a boat, catch a spray tan. Hey man, out the drugs in the deep end. Lemonade, pink seats in a fish tank.
Up on my cloud. My feet won't touch the ground.
Feels like it's leading into something interesting. I definitely feel like this album is picking back up towards the end. That was definitely one of the kind of heavier, more aggressive songs on the album. It definitely stands out because of that. But I really like how nice and mellow the ending was. But yeah, I love how this one feels a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more intense. Yeah, another great track. I feel like there's so many standouts here. I'm gonna have a hard time picking favorites at the end. But yeah, I don't know. That one just really works for me. On to the closer, which is Reach the Sunshine.
Staring in the mirror and what do I see? A three-eyed man staring back at me. Feel that hole. Feel my touch. Yeah. Speak with your mind. Speak with your mind. To reach the sunshine.
Okay. That's creepy.
Dance with my demons. Dance with my demons. Look on the dance for the scheming. Look on the dance for the scheming. At first I didn't believe it.
Daniel Caesar also sounds really good over this instrumental. His voice is perfect for this.
I'm a bad man.
That laughing is so ominous.
Can you feel it?
I'm zoning out to this outro. Oh, like kind of getting chills from that for some reason. I feel like that's basically a flawless closer. I love how it really took its time building up the tension in the beginning, and then when it released, it felt so satisfying. There were parts of that song that definitely felt kind of dark and kind of unhinged, especially with the laughing. I thought that the ending was really, really beautiful. I am definitely going to space out to that a lot. And I think that that's one of the best tracks on the album. I love when an album has a really strong opener and a really strong closer, and that's definitely the case here. I think that that's really important. So let me have a look at this track list so I can pick favorites. I'm gonna go with The Black Seminole. I'm gonna go with We Saw the Sun, and I'm gonna go with Drive Me Crazy. I'm gonna go with those three, but there are definitely a lot of other favorites that I have. I thought that this album was great. There are a couple of things that I would definitely change. I feel like it's a little bit too long in the middle and it kind of starts to drag a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what songs that I would cut on first listen. I feel like they would probably be like Say Something or Paint the Sky. I just feel like those kind of drag the album down a little bit and then it has to pick back up. But that just might be me. You guys know how I feel about albums that are overly long. In my opinion, every single album ever should be 45 minutes, so maybe I'm just biased. But other than that, like, really, really, really impressive album from an artist that I have never really paid attention to. And I think that that's, like, really cool. Great analysis. I think that that's like really cool. I get why people were so hyped up about this. I get the hype. I think it's worth the hype. I had a really great time. I feel like I'm going to be returning to this a lot too. I can see this being an album that I listen to a lot. A lot of these songs are really catchy. They're really enjoyable. They're really playful. They're really charming. So I feel like I'm going to be having this on replay. Yeah, let me know what you think about the album. Let me know what your favorite tracks are. Again, let me know what you want me to check out on this channel because I'm feeling a little bit lost. As always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media. This whole album reaction is up and cut on Patreon. That drink definitely hit me part of the way through this video, so I'm so sorry. But have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whatever. I will see you next time. Goodbye.